3, you're on Raw and More. Angus Hamill with you as always between 7 and 9 p.m. Joined by a couple of sexy guys in the studio right now. Before we get to that though, I have just found out after the National Line News just aired some breaking news, worldwide news, by the way, I should say. The Pope Francis, in the last half an hour by the looks of things, has passed away at the age of 88 on Easter Monday. He literally tweeted less than 24 hours ago about Easter Sunday and the rising of, Jesus Christ. So, wow, how ironic is that? The Pope passing away on Easter, the day Jesus rose. So, huge news for the Catholic Church, and craziness that we can announce here to start things off tonight. But we are celebrating Easter this evening with a couple of my favourite people in the whole world, Stephen Wheatley and James O'Brien. How are you boys going today?
Yeah, we're good, mate. How are you? Happy Easter Monday.
Indeed. Happy Easter Monday. Happy public holiday to all. Jamesy, how are you going today?
Yeah, going good. How are you? Happy Easter.
Indeed. Actually, I say happy day off, but you worked this morning, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. I'm getting those, penalty rates.
Oh, man. Same this time next week, Steve. Dinner's on James. He'll be cashed up.
Oh, yeah. So
I was looking at my payslip though.
Yeah, well, just so you know, Jamesy, I like my steak medium rare. What about you, Angus?
Yeah, and I'll have a Scotch fillet as well, if you don't mind splashing. Angus sirloin maybe as well.
Okay, so 2 well-done steaks for both of you. Okay.
And rump as well. No, not even rump, just a sizzle sandwich steak you get from Coles. Jamesy, you were quite busy over the weekend. What are a couple of your highlights?
Well, the highlights is probably would be, I'm going to give a couple of shout-outs. One shout-out to Meg. I actually went to see her on Saturday. I haven't seen her for a while.
Yeah, you and me both. Yeah.
Sunday, also I give a shout out to the B-Rad, Bradley Martin. They came down from Nowra to the Central Coast to come visit, and I happened to see him on Sunday.
Wow, the man himself from Nowra straight up back up to the Central Coast. What an Easter present that is. Stefan Wheatley, I know what was definitely not a highlight of your weekend, a Holy Thursday footy on the Brookvale Oval Hill. That was quite unfortunate. You were down there, I wasn't. How was the atmosphere?
Yeah, no, look, it was good. As usual, games at Fortress Brookvale are, mate. Unfortunately, wasn't able to come away with the win, and probably looking at some more injuries now. But yeah, no, it was a good atmosphere. Had a good time. I think probably the highlight of the long weekend for me was that I got to celebrate my 35th birthday with some lovely friends and some family. Had a nice dinner on Saturday night and had a bit of a gathering and a barbecue and some refreshments on Sunday. So yeah, it's probably been a bit of a mixed sort of weekend, but it has been good.
Oh, that sounds lovely, man. What more could you possibly ask for? And, he's still getting the birthday wishes coming through, as you can...
He's got a bit of a phone call going on.
As you can hear in the background there, Mr. Popular, as always, Stefan Wheatley. Well, this is a bit of a stitch-up, but because you did mention it, Steve, we're going to sing... Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Stephen.
Happy birthday to you.
Hip hip.
Hooray.
Hip hip.
Hooray.
Hip hip.
Hooray.
Are you 1? Are you 2? Are you 3? Are you 4?
They'll be counting for a while, Coasters.
Yeah, next minute.
But no, thank you, boys. I do appreciate it. It's a very nice surprise. I've had the phone ringing off the hook for the last couple of days. It's probably the only time of the year that the phone never stops ringing the one day of the year.
Yeah, you're Mr. Popular at the moment. And, speaking of your birthday, coming up later on, we are going to be hearing a bit of a birthday-themed good vibe from yourself. But first this evening, someone who's definitely having a great Easter Monday is someone who unfortunately couldn't be with us right now, our good pal Brando Macmillan. We always rouse on him for being a Parramatta fan, Steve, but lightning has struck twice. They beat the Tigers in the Easter Monday clash this afternoon.
Well, they did. Even Brian Day, who was on at 5 o'clock this afternoon, he's also a Parramatta supporter, so his Easter has just become better if it wasn't before.
Brighton. Yeah.
Good old Brian, yeah, he had a bit of a pep in his step on his way out of here. Well, for Brando and Brian, there's no sweeter thing than winning the Easter Monday clash as Eels fans. So we're going to start things off well and truly this evening with a bit of U2 and their 1998 hit single, The Sweetest Thing. A couple of sweet tunes right there for a sweet occasion. Happy Easter Monday. Coast FM 963. You're on Raw and More. Angus Hamill being joined by Stephen Wheatley and James O'Brien in the studio with you right now on your Easter Monday. The reason why those songs were so sweet is because Easter is the sweetest holiday of them all. I hope if you celebrate Easter, you ate lots of chocolate. That song right there was British glam rock band Sweet with their 1975 hit single Fox on the Run, which you might recognise from the soundtrack of Kath and Kim. Ooh. Before that, we heard from U2 and their 1998 hit single The Sweetest Thing. There's no sweeter thing than chocolate on Easter. Boys, what was your haul like on Easter?
Well, for my haul, I probably have like a couple of Easter eggs here and there, but not too much.
Nice. What's your go-to? Do you ask for them or do you like a surprise?
I'm more like a surprise type of guy, or I surprise someone else.
Nice. I love a good surprise.
But I think the Easter Bunny was kind of working at my work for a while because I did see some hard-boiled eggs, and I was kind of tempted to take one and paint them.
Oh, wouldn't it be funny to get like a hard-boiled egg or even like a raw egg and like wrap it in the Cadbury wrap like that they have for their individually wrapped eggs? Oh my God, you could get someone so good with that.
Yeah. I think probably there probably may have been some people that have stitched some people up before by doing that. They probably may have gotten just a regular, just soft-boiled egg and wrapped it up in a bit of coloured tinfoil and given it to someone, and they think, oh, yay, nice, lovely chocolate Easter egg, and they open it, it's just, oh, I don't remember chocolate eggs being rubbery and having yolk inside.
Oh, you're probably thinking, wow, the Easter Bunny is doing it tough.
Yeah,
Cost of living.
It's the price of cocoa beans. They're soaring, guys. Well, I guess you could say that would be a funny yolk to play. How about you, Steve? What kind of chockies do you get?
Look, I'm like Jamesy. I do like a bit of a surprise. I did get some
a Kinder Surprise.
Yeah. No, Kinder Surprise. Kinder Surprise, very nostalgia. I like a bit of surprise. There's not really too many chocolates that I'd probably think I don't probably like. I did. I didn't do too bad. I got a couple of nice chocolates. I even got a really nice
surprise.
some really good surprises. I even got some really nice good treats for the B-Day on Saturday/Sunday.
Wow.
So I got a nice good haul at the moment of chocolate and some very nice wine and whiskey at home at the moment.
Damn, son. What a combo that is. The Easter birthday, man. It comes once in a blue moon. Have you had an Easter birthday before?
You know, it's actually funny. I have been saying this to everybody over the weekend. No, this is probably the first birthday I think I've celebrated that has fallen on an Easter, because it's usually either just before Anzac Day or just after Easter, but it's never been on Easter.
Yeah, I can't remember Easter being this late, so wow, really lapping it up. What a combo, Steve. And speaking of a combo, and now it's time for a very special Easter birthday hybrid edition of a segment we like to call
Steve's Vibe of the Night.
Yes, That's right, it's Steve's good birthday Easter vibe of the night. It's the segment where he dives deep into his own personal playlist, pulls out a song or two that he thinks has immaculate vibes, slaps them out there on the coast of airwaves, and hope that you, yes you, Brando Macmillan, perhaps after a victory, listening in at home right now, enjoys it as much as he does. Now, Stefan, it's your birthday, so you got something picked out for us.
I certainly do. I certainly do have not only a good vibe of the night, I think I probably have a great vibe of the night.
Ooh.
And I've actually done a bit of research this week. I said last week that I was going to choose something very special for tonight's good vibe of the night. And I thought, because of being with a bit of the theme, because of being with my birthday, I thought I would try to pick a song that was also turning 35 in 2025.
Much like yourself.
Yes, a song that I would either share the same birthday with, or the same day of my birthday, or the same year with. Now, I had to do a lot of deep diving into a lot of research to find a song for tonight. I was able to narrow it down to 2 songs.
Ooh.
Now, there can only be one, but I have chosen for my good vibe of the night. I have chosen, in my opinion at least, the greatest Australian rock band that there is. I speak none other than AC/DC. It is Thunderstruck from their album, The Razor's Edge. Here is my good vibe of the night, AC/DC with Thunderstruck.
I think I kind of low-key ruined my voice doing a Brian Johnson impression, but we soldier through on Coast FM 963. I think we all have, hey?
Yeah, we just don't have the vocal
We got
range.
hyped.
That's it. Actually, can we get a quick one from each of us? A little Brian Johnson impression.
Oh, Thunderstruck.
That's not bad, Steve.
Oh, shake it up your knees.
Nice. There's a bit of Elmo in that. But that right there was Steve's good vibe of the night, which was, of course...
Yes, that was AC/DC's Thunderstruck. Now, I was telling the boys through the break that I had actually selected that song for my good vibe of the night because that came out in September 1990. But would you like to know, boys, what originally I had for my good vibe of the night?
Absolutely. What'd you have?
So originally, it came down to 2, like I said. My original pick was going to be other great heavy metal band, Metallica's Nothing Else Matters, which was released on the 20th of April 1990.
Whoa.
So right on my actual birthday. But I thought I would go with that because just being a great song in general from AC/DC, and that song, also for a bit of fun fact, actually charted number 4 in the charts in 1998, and it was also in the Triple M top charts coming in at 8 in 1990.
Yeah, wow. So a very successful song by a very successful hard Aussie rock band, and even more sweeter, I reckon, as a decision to pick that song tonight because of, the Melbourne Storm. They use it as their hype up, their run out song during their home games.
Indeed.
And they lost on the weekend. An Easter miracle happened.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, lost to the Dolphins.
Cop that. Dolphins
up.
Fins up,
Fins
baby.
up, yep.
Alrighty, well, while we're on a high from one segment to another, it's time for...
2 songs, they sound exactly alike. Yes, these are 2 songs, and they sound alike.
Yes, it's Soundalikes, the segment where I give these guys 2 songs, where one was the originally released song, and one took a little bit of, let's just say, inspiration from the other. But it's up to my team of sleuths, Stephen Wheatley and James O'Brien, to figure out if the inspiration was done legally or in a rip-offy sort of way that they got in big trouble for. Now, tonight's edition of my good vibe of the night is by a band I really got back into recently. Not good vibe, Soundalikes, I should say. A band I got back into recently because the Coachella Festival's happening over the weekend over in America.
I did see that, actually.
Yeah, a massive deal, one of the biggest music festivals in the world. This first song is by a band that performed very famously at Coachella a few years ago. Released in 2007 on their debut album, Oracular Spectacular. Here is American indie psychedelic rockers MGMT with Time to Pretend, the first song of our Sound Alikes. Coast FM 963, you're on Raw and More, and we're in the midst of a segment right now called Sound Alikes, where I give you two songs, one original, one that took a little bit of, let's just say, inspiration from the original, but was the sample or interpolation done in a legal manner, or did they think they could get away with it, try to rip the original off and get in big trouble? Now, those two songs you just heard at the top was MGMT with their 2007 hit single Time to Pretend. And then you just heard from British electronic artist Sigmala featuring vocals from James Arthur with their 2021 hit single Lasting Lover. The sample to look out for there was the synth riff of... Exactly. So I pose you boys the question, was Sigmala's sample done legally or illegally?
Well, during the past few episodes, usually I'm the first one to be thrown to.
Well, I kind of threw it out in the open right there. So, James, if you want to pick it up, go for it.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be first anyway. So, I'm probably going to guess illegal.
Ooh, what makes you think that?
I've probably got a bit of a hunch towards it.
Okay, all right. Well, what about you, Steve? Are you going to go with Jamesy, or well, there's only two of you? It's head-to-head tonight.
There is. We're not, just to make it a bit of an even contest, I'm going to go, it's legal, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a heads and tails situation going on.
Yeah. The two of us tonight.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if that's how they, like, kind of decided if it was legal or illegal in real life? Like, just with a flip of the coin? Like, you've ripped them off. Well, I can confirm that Lasting Lover's sample of MGMT was, in fact... legal. Steve's got it.
Yay!
Yeah, it was cleared in pre-production of that song. They asked if they could borrow the synth line. Sigmala did. And so the members of MGMT, Andrew Van Wingarden and Ben Goldwasser, have been added as songwriters and co-producers of that track, which is quite interesting.
You know what's also quite interesting? I was saying to Angus during the break, listeners, so you mentioned that song was recently just performed at Coachella?
Yes, MGMT kind of went viral for a Coachella performance that they did a few years ago, but it's kind of been recent, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, just because I actually saw a bit of footage about Coachella just recently before the weekend on the news, and there was actually a band that was having their last song of the night. They finished the song, and as they finished, a stray firework went off into the crowd.
Oh.
Thankfully, nobody was injured, but I can imagine it probably would have been a bit of a scary experience.
Definitely, my goodness. Well, yeah, I mean, Coachella's all about fireworks in a musical sense, so...
Oh, yeah, of course.
Someone took that a little bit too literally.
It's always going to happen in these types of festivals.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking of fireworks... And now it's time for a segment that's as sweet as the American summer. It is... Angus's Good Vibe of the Night.
Oh, yeah, just the good vibes on it.
We love those good vibes. It's the segment where I dive deep into my own personal playlist, pull out a song or two that I think have immaculate vibes, slap them out there on the Coast of M airwaves, and hope that you, yes you, Stephen Wheatley, listening in the studio right now, enjoy it as much as I do. Now, yes, it is a bit of a Coachella theme right now because my good vibe of the night is inspired a little bit by the vibes that Coachella puts out. You know, we are winding up to winter here in Australia, but it is the middle of spring over there in America, and they're working their way up to summer. Coachella is the traditional curtain raiser for the summer season in America and California. And it got me thinking about these two songs by beautiful American indie rock artists that I've never been to America. In fact, I've never left Australia, but these two songs right here remind me a bit of what an American summer road trip on the West Coast through California, maybe around Coachella time. It reminds me of what that might feel like. So without further ado, here is the first of the two songs. A really cool tune here by Dayglow. It's called Hot Rod. Coast FM 963, you're on Raw and More. Angus Hamill with you as always, alongside Stephen Wheatley and James O'Brien. That right there was my good vibe of the night, celebrating our autumn, feeling kind of like a bit of a summery day today, but also the American spring/summer season associated with beautiful indie rock right there, and Coachella, which we've seen in action over the last week or so. That tune you just heard was American indie rockers Wallows with a hit single from their last album released in 2024. That was called Calling After Me. It charted at number 75, I believe, or 74 on the Triple J Hottest 100 last year. Yeah. And another fun fact, the lead singer of that band, Dylan Minnette, you guys might recognise as Clay from 13 Reasons Why, the Netflix series. That's him. He's an actor as well.
Oh, okay.
And before that, Goosebumps, the film that was released years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I think we watched that around year 10, the English class, yeah.
Yeah, so that's him. Yeah, and that was him singing that song. I also got the chance to see them live last year with my beautiful best friend Jen. The song before that was American indie rockers Dayglow with their 2019 single Hot Rod, certified gold not only in America but Australia as well, even though it was never officially released as a single until it went viral on, you guessed it, TikTok earlier this year. Ooh. Beautiful summer vibes. I don't know how it got popular earlier, but hey, better late than never. Speaking of things that got popular quite a bit earlier, as we pass over the 8 o'clock threshold right now, the tradition is to play a few songs back to back to back from a Hottest 100 year. Now, guys, we hashed this out the back. You gave me a year each. We flipped a coin. And James, it landed on your year, which was?
2009.
And why'd you come out with 2009? You said there was a reason why you thought of it.
So it was a fun fact. Well, I know I'm jumping in straight away, but for any WWE fan out there, WrestleMania just happened, the biggest stage of them all in WWE terms. So The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels in 2009 competed each other at WrestleMania 25 for the Undertaker's streak. He was undefeated at the time. And it's now known as the best WrestleMania match of all time.
Wow.
So I'm talking about like when it first started to what we are now.
Yeah, right. And WrestleMania happened over the weekend, just gone, didn't it?
Yeah,
it did.
exactly.
It happened. It actually had its second day today. So they usually go. It's crazy how it's expanded. It used to only go for one day, as a lot of the old pay-per-views used to do. But now it's gone that big. It's extended to 2 days. It was taking place there in Las Vegas.
Yeah, Las Vegas.
Yep. So in the same arena where we had the rugby league earlier this year. So yeah, no, I would agree with you. I would agree with you, Jamesy. Yeah. A lot of people, even if they weren't wrestling fans before, that kind of got them on board. It did.
Yeah. Even the casual fans of the people that don't normally watch pro wrestling will still actually look at WrestleMania and have a look. So in turns, it's pretty much like the Super Bowl, but in WWE.
Yeah, like the grand final day, I guess. So.
Yeah, like the grand final day of wrestling.
Well, exciting times for you boys being wrestling fans, that's for sure. And we're going back to 2009 for these three tunes. All three of these songs charted in the top 10 of the Hottest 100. It's up to James and Steve when we come back to tell me which song charted the highest out of the three. Starting off with this tune by English folky rockers Mumford & Sons from their debut album. It's called Little Lion Man. Coast FM 963, you're on Raw and More with Angus Hamill, Steve Wheatley, James O'Brien. That right there was American alternative singer-songwriter Somba with their hit single Back to Friends. Before that, we heard from our local list pick from this evening, Evie Erie with Mercedes Medicated. There's no shows on the horizon for Evie right now, but we know for a fact that she's itching to get on stage. She's got a couple more singles that are unreleased that are up her sleeves as well. And if you'd like to keep up with her touring and performing, just follow her on Instagram at Evie. That is EVIE. Erie, which is IRIE. So, yeah, keep up with her. Great singer-songwriter, great tunes. And now it's time for the most feel-good segment to come out of the Eastern Mediterranean. It's
James, good vibe of the night.
Good vibe. vibes only.
That's right. It's my good vibe of the night. And we're feeling a bit good tonight. And the reason why is because it's normally my go-to for this year. Like every time like I'm feeling a bit quiet or I'm feeling a bit good, it's Michael Bublé always hits a banger. But I think this one pretty much sticks to me the most with the good vibes.
Nice.
And also, we're going to go back in time a bit and going back to 2009 because he had the live performance there at Madison Square Garden.
Which
Wow.
I've been to, by the way. Just fun fact.
Oh, way to rub it in, Steve.
Wow, Mr. Flex-a-lot over here. Well, how about that? We're going back to the year, completely by coincidence, that we had our Hottest 100 quiz based on, 2009, with this live performance of Michael Bublé and his tune that makes James feel good. And I'm sure everyone feels good and like they can do anything after listening to a tune like this. Without further ado, James O'Brien, it's your good vibe of the night.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Feeling good and sounding good on Coast FM 963. You're on Raw and More. That right there was James's good vibe of the night, which was, of course,
Feeling good
by.
by Michael Bublé.
That's correct.
And I'll tell you, Brandon and Brian will be feeling good tonight. Good old Paris won.
Oh, yes.
They will be feeling very good.
I know, it's a rare event, isn't it? So they will be really feeling themselves tonight.
Indeed. And just a quick fact, boys. Did you know, and this is actually performed live in 2009, but that was the same year where Oasis actually split up.
Oh, wow. And
Yeah.
now they're back together.
I know, they're back together after a long split up, and I think Steve was doing the math, so...
Yeah, 14. They reunited after 14 years.
That's crazy. And James, you got tickets to see them.
Yeah, and I haven't really heard anything in the news, so they must be cooperating, so...
Yeah, touch wood, they don't have another falling out. Actually, I'm kind of jealous of you, not only because of Oasis performing there, but have you seen who the warm-up band is, who are touring with them in Australia?
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet.
It's Ballpark Music, who are like my favourite band at the moment. So I'm spewing. I won't get to see them with Oasis together. Oh,
All right, I'll let you know how they go.
thank you. Get heaps of footage for me.
Well, the good news for you, though, is, mate, I have seen that they have been promoting some possible upcoming shows, Ballpark Music, Drifters Wharf here in Gosford soon. So,
Oh, yes. Well, I'm definitely going to that at least. So,
yeah, so you'll at least get to look forward to that.
That's right. No Oasis, but hey, I'll get my Ballpark boys and girl. Boys, it's pretty much time for us to wrap things up here on Raw and More. Mondays with the A's coming up after the 9 o'clock news. Asher and Annie bringing you all the goss and beautiful pop music. But first, guys, Anzac Day is this Friday. What are your plans for it?
Well, I'm thinking about playing a bit of two-up.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
as you should. Down at Tukley RSL, that's where I'll be.
Yeah, no, I think I'll probably be doing the same myself. I'll probably be catching up with you boys, hopefully maybe on Friday, maybe have a bit of two-up and a couple of beverages and, see what happens. It'll be hopefully another very nice weekend.
I know, right? Can't wait for that. Looking forward to Anzac Day as always and the two-up tradition. I remember finishing up one year, but it's been down ever since. Have you guys ever made a profit from two-up? It's a great game to lose a lot of money on.
Well, Jamesy and I we went to tour up at the Eleonora Hotel at East Gosford there actually last year. We actually had a bit of a mixed result. We won some and then we lost some and then we ended up winning some again and we actually did the right thing. We actually knew when to walk away.
Well, there you go.
And I actually won my first time doing that with I was with you and Ethan.
Yeah, and you won your first proper gambling bet too, didn't you?
Yeah, true.
Well, best of luck to you guys. Best of luck to everyone who might be out there playing two-up around the coast on Friday afternoon for Anzac Day. We leave you with one more bittersweet song on Easter, which is the sweetest holiday of them all. Here's The Verve with Bittersweet Symphony, and we'll be back on your airwaves same time next week for Raw and More.
Have a good week, Coasties.
But also, I should say as well, this Sunday is the Sounds of the Coast Festival, and I will be emceeing it if you want to head down to Terrigal Beach House on Sunday. Okay, bye.
I'll be there.